Oh, good Monday morning, everybody. It's going to be a good day. My goodness. Whew. Look at the chat. It's alive. It's alive with great, wonderful human beings out there. I much appreciate each and every one of you. As the social media blasts go out across Getter, Minds, and other places, I just want to say happy Monday. All right. Lots of things happened behind the scenes while we were gone, getting going, starting. Commander Ed Straker's Shadow showed up 18 hours ago when I set up the stream. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. Commander, we got Walter Tomaszewski asking me to go check out a video about what's going on with the behind-the-scenes stuff with Ticketmaster. And BTS, of course, really is probably the driver for this controversy. True story. I'm going to take a look at that. Excellent. We definitely got a membership chat from you. Thank you, Commander Straker of Shadow. We got Barry the Music Man out there. Good to see you, along with many, many others. Juliet, the young, the wonderful lady from across the pond that makes sure that early things are taken care of. 3 hours early, in fact. Speaking of being early, the lovely Jill is out there doing the same thing. We have the best wrenches in the world. WJB Daily is out there saying, really want to hear this one live, but have a meeting. Have a great Monday, CC. And Culturians will thank you for that. And, I know what it's like to have responsibilities. I just got rid of them all. I'm kind of excited about that part of things. Part of being an adult is working your majority of your life and then turning around and retiring. Retiring's a good thing. Cat Slave's out there. How's it going, Cat Slave? Along with Crouching Taylor, Hidden Swifty. Wow, don't quite have that there this morning. But we do have the lovely Jan Monroe out there. And the lovely Georgia Peach saying, happy Monday, everybody. I hope everybody has a happy Monday. We got Snortopoopas Q Burr out there. And we do have a bear story. So that's exciting. Good stuff. God sees everything. Hello, beautiful people. And God loves everyone. Sees everyone. It's amazing. Good stuff. Who else do we got out there? Ms. Pick Coffee. I've not seen her for too long. You have seen it already, but here goes. Oh, boy. Oh, also, we've got Ruby Hoove gifting a CultureCasino membership out there. And we got another member chat from our friend Tony Piacente, otherwise known as Culture Sugar Daddy, who just magically upgraded to a high roller. Thank you so much, Tony. Much appreciated. Welcome to the high rollers. Ooh, makes you shiver. Crazy White Boy is out there. Good to see a Crazy White Boy on the green machine. Gonna be a good day. Lots of stories, guys. Couldn't believe it. So easy to find. Let's see. Ruby Hoove wants to make sure everybody has a good morning. I agree. Olds Gamer 72 Cutlass in the house. Kind of like the 72 Cutlass. Pretty nice car. Thought it was fun. The beautiful Deeple is here. The beautiful deep ball. The beautiful deep ball. All right. Who else we got? We got more. Corporeal Being, what's up? I got to see a lot of people in the Vegas for the meetup. That was a lot of fun. Next one you might want to check out coming up pretty soon. I think there's another one in Texas coming up, and obviously Florida. We also have, I'm going to be in Anaheim this week starting, Wednesday, Thursday. So hopefully you get a chance to see me there. I'll put in the community tab where I intend to be. I think I'm going to meet at a restaurant bar in downtown Disney. I think I'm going to do that. Smiths and Sons is out there. Hello. And good morning. Good morning to you. Barry the Music Man dropping the super duper sticker. I love the Shiba Inus. Thank you for the $2 super sticker. Hello. That's right. Little Shiba Inu dog. Who else we got out there? We got Libby. Good morning, Libby Priest. I hope you're doing well. Look at all these great people. Dan Funk. Bring in the funk. Good morning, America. And all the ships at sea. That's right. Canoles. Hello. Our good friend and writer, Caveat Ties. Hello. What's going on? Caveat Ties with Caveat Ties. Look at these wonderful people. I haven't seen a couple people recently. I'm kind of bummed out. All right, who do we got? Razorbird, our favorite rivethead. Okay, guys, time to suit up because 6 minutes preview starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whenever you're watching. Thanks for checking out 6 Minute Daily. We have a lot to talk about. Not a lot of time to do it in, but we have to talk about Spider-Man Brand New Day, the second fastest film to cross 1 billions at international box office. Global is now 1.67 billions. I would say it's doing well. Dropped a video yesterday talking about the box office exclusively, and another Spider-Man video earlier this morning. If you haven't seen those two videos, you probably want to, because this is moving. This is a fast-moving train, and perhaps Spider-Man has to hang on to it with all his might. Speaking of all his might, Brand New Day flies to the third biggest second weekend of all time. That number is not yet confirmed. I think this is fake news. I don't think they wrote it as fake news. I just think that as with last weekend, this most recent weekend will show that this 145 number is a lot higher and possibly putting this in first place, jumping over the other two. Only takes $3 more million to do. Let's see what happens. We've got Letterboxd responding to their website crash. Couldn't happen to a worse rating website. That's right. They kick people off of there regularly because they don't have right think. So you know what I think? I think maybe, just maybe, you deserve what you got. But this did inconvenience users who do use the platform. I just wouldn't be one of them. Avengers Doomsday's Russo brothers congratulate Spider-Man Brand New Day and team on box office success. The gauntlet has been passed. No, the gauntlet was thrown at your feet. You're not going to do as well as Spider-Man, and I wouldn't even try. By the way, Avengers Doomsday looks terrible. I got a video coming out about the leaks later this week. David Ellison is promising theater owners contractually guaranteeing that Paramount Warner Brothers will deliver 30 films annually. And the question is, what if moviegoers don't care? It's not the moviegoers this is targeted as. It's targeted at the state's attorneys general. And you know what? It kicks them in the teeth right where they live. Kind of looking forward to that. The Hollywood folks are frantically reaching for another obsession, back rooms, or any of these other things that have gone viral. I think they're going to have a hard time because the creativity exists outside of Hollywood. But inside, they don't have it anymore. Dwayne Johnson reacts to live-action Moana's negative reviews, saying, "That's just the way it goes." That's right. It was made purely for representation, and guess what? I'm dropping a video on that this week as well. Keep your eyes peeled. The blockbuster mentality is back, baby. That's right, at least in Hollywood. And you know what? That's okay. The problem is that movies as an art form require incredible creativity. I think that you have to tell great stories, and you can't get bogged down in the mire. It's really hard when the Academy puts certain brakes on you at every step and requirements that are nonsensical. Well, Spider-Man defeated all of that, bringing back the blockbuster, but are there any others? I don't think so. Bill Maher's jab about Ariana Grande's weight leads to real-time studio audience groans. Why did I bring this story on? Because it's a dumb story. This is all manufactured by PMC Media. The exact same headline in every single one of their outlets. Bill Maher makes weight jokes about Ariana Grande. Real-time audience groans. Notice it says audience groans every single time, including here on Variety. That's all three outlets. You don't think they coordinate messaging across everything? Of course they do. They're propagandists, not journalists. Just remember, this is how they do. The Odyssey makes history, which is a lie, as Christopher Nolan's top-grossing movie ever, beating Dark Knight Rises. If not adjusted for inflation, that claim would be accurate. But I'm going to go on the record multiple times across videos, live streams, and continue to say, that's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie, lie, lie. Adjusted for inflation, it's still The Dark Knight, so suck it. Speaking of which, Watchdog for $46 billion tribal gambling industry can't enforce the law without a chairperson. And boy, do they need one, especially after recent purchases in Vegas. I might even make a video on that. We've got a minute and a half to get through the following stories, like Israel rejecting Trump's Gaza plan. They have a lot more details to emerge on the Strait of Hormuz and other Mideast news. I am one of those people that think You always have a powder keg. Whether or not the flame gets to it is going to be the issue for the next 50 years of my life. Moving on, we've got Colombia's new president signaling that energy is important. So backing oil and gas is the way forward, and nobody can argue with this. Unless you're going to invest in nuclear, well, there you go. Moving forward, celebrities from Judea to Kylie Jenner are wearing fecal matter. I'm sorry, what? This is an actual story from the AP talking about a brand name that shows recent show-stopping fashion moments isn't quite as delicate as their romantic, otherworldly looks suggest. Zendaya was wearing it for the Odyssey premiere, and La Roche has responded, calling it fecal matter. Well, I'm not sure that's great. I'm kind of disgusted, actually. All right, let's get into the bear story time because we're in our last 20 seconds of show and just talk about the fact that bears are now better at opening car doors than you are. But why? Well, in a walking around trip in Gatlin, Tennessee, the itinerary usually consists of iconic mountain views and now bears. But the video captured by Mike McDermott and Wendy Bush show they were out for a routine stroll when a bear showed up to open up their car doors. And why do they open them easily? Well, they've had plenty of practice. Anyway, there's a video to accompany that story. You can find it at montanaoutdoor.com. I think you should. And on that note, we are back to the show with the credits. Oh no, I forgot to get the song pulled out and changed. I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to have to change that. I apologize. But, yeah. Also, the new names aren't updated. I told you I'd give you a full week. So if you are not a member of the channel, this is the time. If you're somebody that gives gifties, this is the time. We want to only update the credits video about twice a month. I'm going to get it done before I leave for Cali. So at least I hope so. Oh, by the way, I'm going to be gone. Are you going to be here? I hope so, because so will I. I'll be doing live streams from multiple locations around D23. That's right. The D23 Expo is coming up in Anaheim this next weekend, and I, again, am on the road. That's right. I do it for you. I don't do it for me, because I would like to sleep. I haven't done any of that in a couple weeks now. So it'll be a lot of fun. I'm going to enjoy it. I hope you do as well. So I'll be coming live to you from various locations, as I said before, in a bar-restaurant experience, perhaps, right there in downtown Disney, and a few other locales throughout maybe the parks. I also am headed to Universal for one day. I may try out that new roller coaster, the Fast and Furious Drift, or whatever it is, and maybe a few other things while I'm in town. I want to say thank you to people making some of that possible. Wonderful members of the channel like you. You guys are great. And I want to say thanks again to all these people who pay for the channel, because honestly, they do. Anybody who becomes a member and stays is doing big things for this channel, and I appreciate it. Anyway, we got a lot going on. I'm very excited about D23 Expo. I'll be reporting live from, writing articles from about Kingdom Hearts and other things. In addition to many of the other events, I'll be shooting B-roll for videos, giving people an idea what to expect, what to look out for, what's out there. And look at all these amazing people still supporting the channel after all these years, including Nerd Wars. See those guys? Brandon Day, WJB Daily, and so many more. John Gibson's out there, Tina Beebe, so many other great people, including this man, Cyrano. Cyrano gifts a CultureCasino gifty. That's right, one more member. Thank you, Cyrano. I hope you're having an extraordinary day. I got to go to the bank today. Forgot about that, too. All these chores that don't get done when you travel. It's crazy. Ms. Pit Cafe. We've got JPRPH1. Lee Kindler. What's up? Frank. Dave Bob. Evil Housewife. And our friend, DJ RJ. Good to see you. Caveat Ties is out there with Caveat Ties. We'll get to that. Right now, a little super duper chat saying, I got something big coming. Here's something, since I'm actually on my computer. Thank you, Caveat Ties. I appreciate it very much. Whew. Jamie H. or Jamie Says they are making a comeback here, though. Yes, they are. Texas haven't had a lot of bear experiences. Well, they're coming. They are coming. Psychotic Mongoose does the amazing and gives a Culture Casino membership right at the end of the credits. Thank you for that. And look at all the people's names going green. We love it. Thank you, Psychotic Mongoose. You're psychotic. Ooh, good stuff. We got Burnouts. What's up, Burnouts? 3 versus 3 or 3S3 saying, why does China like Nolan's Odyssey so much? Well, it's spectacle. It's epic. It uses a lot of colors that are in their color palette, you know, the dystopian color palette of China. That's not going to get me in trouble at all. But, you know, honestly, kind of is. I really can't explain it, but it's the same reason they like epic films, things that are bigger than life. It's why they like the Batman films that Nolan did. Look, Nolan's name has a certain amount of cachet, right? And I don't know if it's honestly earned anymore. It used to be, but I think that largely is why Burnouts. That's why I think. You don't have to think the same way, though. But that's what I think. Look at all these people. Cat Slaves asks, are you going to California? I'm so sorry. Good luck. Well, yeah, I should be fine. Ron is right, says China likes the event movie thing. Yeah, they do. That's true. That makes them feel smart and degenerates Western civilization. Also true, because it's very destructive what was done. So there's that. We got a member chat from our wonderful friend, Eric K. He's probably chastising or admonishing me because I had to leave early. P-Man says, LOL, dystopian color palette. So true. Indeed. Indeed. All right, let's get to our friend, Eric K. Digging Culture, I miss my member chat. I didn't miss it. I got mods that make sure I don't miss it, like you. Celebrating 62 months. Folks, I don't know if I've even had members this long, but 62 months of membership says love you, man. Love you, too. Plus, your brisket was delicious, dude. I'm just going to say it. I do feel bad that I missed out on the barbecue sauce, but... yeah, I had to get back across the world because the car was acting weird. It had a light. I don't like lights on the car on the dash. It tells me something's wrong. I got to get fixed. So that's how I'm wired. Get it taken care of immediatamente. Good to see you all. Unk alert or UNC alert. I don't know. University of North Carolina or just Uncle alert. I'm probably Uncle alert. Probably. Oh, you sent an Unk alert. I don't know what that is. I didn't even see it. What is that? Now my phone's buzzing. I don't know what that's about. Let's take a look. Just an update on the day. All right, who else is out there? Am I going to be at Dragon Con this year? Oh, Razorburn was asking Georgia Peach. I don't even know when Dragon Con is, but I'm going to try to make it to various events. Even though it requires a great deal of stuff. And thank you for the Unk. I don't know what the UNC is. What's an Unk? Let me see if I can repeat it. Jan Monroe said sunshine. Hey, those what do you call them? Those things are showing up now. Those sparkly bits. Thank you for that. Amazing stuff. Amazing neat. I love it. Thank you for the sunshine. Culture, come join us at Dragon Con, says Razor. I might. Like I said, thank you for the sunshine. Sans official out there saying hi. Hello. Ms. Pig Cafe out there. Ba-ba-ba. I wish it would show up on this side. There it is, sunshine. On my shoulder makes me happy. Body Gamester makes me happy. Good to see you. Eric K. Wow. That's right. Eric K's been around a long time. He and I were moderating chats a long time ago together. I was just getting started. Dang, misspelled greetings. Still waking up. Nah, you're fine. I've had plenty of greetings myself. Hey, Marvel and Feige are jealous of Sony is hilarious. Well, they are. I mean, if you think about it, Archer, Disney only benefits 25%, but they only benefit 25% because they put 25% into the film. And what I learned, this is something that I don't know if a lot of people, creators out here know, there is a differentiation between merchandise related to Marvel and promotional Marvel merchandise. That's new. So when you look at promotional Marvel merchandise specifically for Spider-Man, that money goes to Sony. Sony's Spider-Man stuff, promotionally related to the film, goes to Sony, not Disney. Didn't know that until this last week. Interesting when you read the fine print in the contracts or have somebody give them to you. So, yeah. Sunshine on my shoulders gives me vitamin D. That's right. But no, I mean, look, Marvel slash Feige should be jealous because they make complete crap, Archer. Anyway, I'm looking forward. By the way, I got your direct message finally. So I'll go back through that and make sure I do what needs to be did. And I look forward to reaching out and talking to you. So thank you, Archer. You're the best. Much appreciated. Let's see. Bonnie Gamester celebrating 3 months of membership. Says, glad you're back, you globe-trotting purple potato madman. That's right. Hey, that reminds me. So I am redoing, this is something you guys are going to see on the other channel. We're going to get back to gardening, guys. August is just too hot to do anything productive. I've discovered that trying to put a roof on the greenhouse that needed to be replaced like 3 weeks ago. I'll get the last piece up. I'll take a video of that. And then I will start on the redesign and rebuild of the tomatoes inside the greenhouse. Why? Because, well, they're all 5-6 years old now, and they're starting to look a little thin and leggy. And they need soil rejuvenation, and they need, new plants. So eventually plants get tired, just like people, just like I'm tired. And I'll just tell you, I'm looking forward to that. That's a 25-foot long bed that'll be divided into two. One for tomatoes of the vine style, indeterminate, and one of the bush style, determinate. And we'll have plenty of tomatoes, indeed. Very much excited about that. And showing you how I do it. And then, of course, every other bed that I have to build. We headed into spring. I'll be planting trees. That's the part of the conversation I want to get to. I'll be planting trees since I'm replacing all the pots that tomatoes are in. I'll be planting trees in those pots temporarily, getting ready for those to go with me to Tennessee. So you should be excited about that. I know I am. Our good friend Cyrano, 2960, over or under when Miles Morales takes over. I keep hearing rumors that the mantle is passed at the end of Spider-Man 5. I don't know if that's true. Here's the problem. Miles Morales is Miles Morales. Miles Morales is not Spider-Man. Spider-Man is Peter Parker. Peter Parker is Spider-Man. What does that tell you? You can't pass the mantle. And I think the commentary around that is Tom had already made it clear that there was a youngster that he was going to pass the mantle to who happened to be, well, a Peter Parker type, but a much younger one. They're going to have to reboot Spider-Man. I just don't know why you would do it anytime soon. Tom Holland, while he exists now, is at his peak physical prowess and the perfect age to do what they need him to do, which is lead Marvel going forward. If I were Sony, I would break the piggy bank open and give it all to Tom Holland to keep him in the role for at least 3 or 4 or 5 more films, just for them. If the folks over at Disney want to break their own piggy bank open, well, they can. But that's just what I think I would do. Folks, share the stream, share the dream. We got 72 on the tube side of the equation. We have many more on the Green Machine and even more on X. If you're watching on X, be sure to know you can actually make chats here and I can see them. So thank you for that. Leaf Erickson saying hi this morning. Good to see you, Leaf. We got a few other people. Culture, let us know when your hot pepper garden kicks off. Well, you guys will be seeing it live. A little minor rebuild of an older greenhouse on property just for peppers. Also, I met with, this is some cool things. By going to events, you get to meet with cool people. I met with some cool Australians who are probably asleep still because it's the middle of the night. But they have hot peppers there that we don't have here. So I'm going to order them and have them shipped here. And then I'm going to slice them, harvest the seeds, and grow them myself, like a chocolate jalapeno or some such, or a chocolate like a Carolina Reaper. It's going to be delicious. Going to have to do that. Yeah, Miles Morales is Miles Morales. That's right. There you go. The rumor is strong with this one. That's true. It's very true. And Miles Morales will ruin the Spider-Man franchise for sure. And Ellisons do need to snipe, Tom, for the DC universe. They should have already. There are several characters Tom Holland could have been in the DC universe. Zendaya, nobody turns away a paycheck in Hollywood as much as they want to stand on their principles. And I think that's what these Hollywood actors are worried about. They'll have to behave. People like the Gruffalo won't be able to work for Warner Brothers Discovery anymore. Won't be able to work for Paramount, Skydance, because he's such a knucklehead. You cannot be a political knucklehead and work at a studio that doesn't tolerate it. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. I stuffed my meat in the Australian's mouth, says Eric K., the moderator extraordinary, for $2 of Culture Casino cash. You did. I'm glad. They were great. Those two guys were fantastic. They're huge Star Trek fans. They even had their communicator badges on. I was so jealous. Good stuff. We got another super duper chat from our friend Archer Merchant for another $2 saying, what excuses will they use if Miles bombs? The audience is racist. Even though Tom Holland had a girlfriend that was alternative to the reality of the comics. The audience is racist if Miles fails. Is that one getting tired yet? It's kind of like the WNBA conversation. You guys, hey, I got to ask you guys. So I wanted to do a story this week about what's going on with the WNBA and people like Enos Cantor, or I guess his name is Enos Freedom now, and Royce White. I wanted to do stories on it because these guys are 6'10", 6'11" centers, and they played in the NBA. And they are going to, for the purposes of basketball, identify as the ladies. What should I do a story about that? It seems interesting. A lot of people are doing it regardless. I mean, I'm not a sports channel, but I used to be a massive sports fan. Every sport, including hockey. Yeah. Texas 84 is in the house, present with propane, I would imagine. It's good to see you. And, of course, Psychotic Mongoose with the generosity earlier. We've got the amazing Mr. DeMarc in the house. Good to see you. And the lovely Penny, who's busy with the grandkids. Penny's always busy. She's doing the good stuff, the good grandma stuff. I won't go see Miles Morales. He isn't Peter. Correct, Georgia Peach. And I am of the same mind. And I think a lot of people, look, I mean, Enter the Spider-Verse and all of the Spider-Verse nonsense and the next film that's coming up, the next animation film. I'm like, those can be their own Elseworld adventures, but they don't really work. And I think they're finding out that the audience is not really a fan of multiverses. I think that lesson has been learned. I think they're trying to stop with the multiverses. So, yeah. Texas 84 says, I missed 25 minutes. What the heck? Well, I don't know. I don't know at all. Bancho Sandwich is out there. Great to see you. I'm glad you rediscovered my channel, friend. I saw you the other day, and I was like, hello, Banjo Saanich. Speaking of Chocolate River, that is, isn't that what was in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, right? Sans official, Paramount Warner Brothers merger continues to close almost while 12 Democrat AGs continue to be with massive flops themselves that cannot succeed. Well, it's true. I mean, like you said, I mean, we won't have a court date until April. And really, the punishment is the process. Remember, this is just about stripping money from the coffers of the Ellisons, removing their financial power, right? So at this point, we are at the point where we need to start removing judges. We do. Because they had to go venue shopping to get a judge that would issue this. Bonta's not anything but a joke in the world. So there you go. I can import foreign plants, which I am. I mean, vegetables. I'm importing a foreign pepper to eat. It just so happens to have seeds in it. It's kind of like lemon trees. So to answer your question, which I feel like I didn't quite do, Archer, so I'll give you another shot here. I think they'll just cry racism and let loose the dogs of ridiculousness. I'm just saying. Razorburn says, I don't follow sports or the WNBA, but story away. Okay, well then I'm going to do it. By the way, it's Cyrano 2960's birthday, which means I have to do this. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cyrano. Happy birthday to you. I'm grateful to have met you in person. There's not a lot of people I get to, and when you do, just remind me of your screen name, and watch my eyes light up, because you guys make the big difference in my life. So every time I meet somebody, I'm very excited. Who else is out there in the world? Look at all these great people. The beautiful people. The beautiful people. Pro had some info on the WNBA. Yeah, with Michelle from Force of Light Entertainment. She is a doctor of God. I know that sounds a little dangerous to say it that way. A little blasphemous, but it's not. She is a doctorate of theology. And she played a little college hoop, so she would know. Played against some of those WNBA players. She's wonderful in person. If you get a chance to meet Michelle and her sister, you should. You should. Paramount saying that they'll do 30 movies in writing was smart. Identified the argument against, even if not practical, unless maybe some animated thrown in. Hey, Archer, I tell you what, if any of my friends get more work, I'm all for it, especially if it's animated. I think my friends like Daniel Alpine and others that are in the chat are going to rejoice at this news. But it is practical. 30 films isn't impossible. Studios can do 12 to 15 films a year. Just look at Amazon. They're not even a real studio, and they're cranking out 12 to 15 films a year. So if you have Skydance, Paramount, Warner Brothers Discovery, you should be able to crank out more than 30 films. And if you start like going back into and resurrecting some of the old nameplates for just like making horror films, kind of look like Universal did with Blumhouse, and Atomic Monster, combining those two entities together, I imagine they're going to flood the market with more horror. So why not? If you have talented writers, or you go out and get them. And there are many of you out in the chat right now that are writers. I mean, Caveat Ties, there are many of you. James Dosher. I mean, they could hire you. You could take something you already adapted, it wrote as a book, and adapt it, and make it into a film if it's intriguing at all. Or they could work with filmmakers like Robert James, who is already made movies. Like and you can find 15 Days over on Tubi and watch it. I need to do that review. It's been a long running gag, but I actually need to get that review done. So I've got another review coming out about a B tier or a lower than B tier horror film that, while frivolous, it's also fun. So it's not great cinema, but there are great moments in it. One of the people who actually contributes on YouTube was actually an actress there, and as an IMDb credit. And I think I'm going to review that film. I already committed to doing it, so I will be doing that soon. So you'll see that too. So we're going to do some off the beaten trail, the unwalked road reviews, I think. So there's that. Black Az is out there. Good to see you. And let's see, a few other folks. Multi-tagging Texas is doing some great work. Hey, we got a commentary from our friend Jedi Master, who was on with Loki this morning doing a review about Spider-Man, saying that, have a great day, culture. I loved Spider-Man. It was good. You know, it's not perfection. I gave it an 8, but I gave it an 8 purely because we need these kinds of movies. The writing wasn't anything extraordinary. It's not Oscar worthy, but it mostly respected what had come before. Now, the Sadie Sink stuff we can talk about another day. But if you haven't seen this film, IMAX might be a good place to see it. So consider that. Speaking of Randall Orser, has anybody seen our pal Randall? Can somebody reach out to him, please? Eva Rahman says, culture is right. Our judiciary needs purging. So does our educational institutions and urinalism. Yes, it's not a terrible truth. It's the exact truth. Mark Santos, what's up? I cannot drive 55, but it happens to be my age now. So, yeah. Lemon tree. That's right. Very pretty. Speaking of which, so I'll be planting somewhere around 600 trees in pots, I think, by the time it's all said and done. Which means I need to buy 500 more pots. So if you are wondering where your super chat money is going, it's going to go into buying pots. Crazy stuff. Yeah, let's see who else is out there. James Dosher's out there. Hey, this is another writer. I think I said that a minute ago. So there's that. But look, you shoot the audience. You don't do this. You don't shoot the audience. You shoot the argument in the teeth, as Archer mentioned in the super chat. I already acknowledged. You shoot the argument in the teeth for these people that are saying that it's going to limit competition. It doesn't. If you're going to make 30 movies, it makes more movies, more work. I always remember the line from Barton Fink. It's a wrestling picture. Put some story for the critics, but it's a wrestling picture. Yeah. And that's the thing. That's all you have to do in a superhero film. Honestly. This is a great question. Thank you, James Dosher. I wonder if Disney will hire James Gunn once he is let go at Warner Brothers. I think James is going to beat his own feet to the door, let's say. I think he's going to exit before he is dishonorably discharged, let's say. He has not served DC well. What a disaster. Ask yourself this question. You have Superman, you have Wonder Woman, and you have Batman. And you cannot put the three of those people together in a film. You can't put them each into their own existence. You can't ignore Matt Reeves enough to make a Batman that people will appreciate. You take the trilogy of DC and you ignore them. You do a half-engaged Superman movie where he's nerfed to 70% power. Same thing with Supergirl, or in this case, Stupergirl. Bad idea. Sans official says liberals equal communists, socialists are 99% evil. Who hates USA was already here. That's right. Is the Odyssey considered a horror film? Yeah. Yeah, what a nightmare. Well, I mean, it does have some horror elements, but that's because of the mythology behind it. Look, it's an adaptation of an epic poem, and it was poorly translated by Emily Wilson, and then it was reimagined after that translation into whatever Christopher Nolan twisted it into. So screw that guy. Pretend a British guy. Cat Slave drops a $2 rant to say when, oh when, will the third Spider-Verse movie coming out, if ever? Well, it's already, I think it's done. I was going to do a story on it a week ago, and the story has vanished from my mind. I don't remember what outlet had it. I'll go look for it for you, though. It was on its way. Holy cow, there he is, John Yulden, all the way from across the pond. My goodness, friend, it's been a minute. I haven't heard from you at all. I hope everything's okay. I know it's difficult in the UK. It sounds like you had a rumble in the jungle there in your country very recently. Of course, we've been seeing that in various places that allowed for mass invasion. So, including Spain. What an idiot. That guy, can't believe he got elected. Movie idea of mine, says Evil Ramen. Lucifer mocks and then destroys all of the characters in Twilight. Either that, or a realistic portrayal of a vampire in a high school. Yeah, I know. Good gravy. True story. But I think you could probably get away with something like that. I could think of a great vampire flick. What happened to the general charm of Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Right? Before it became a TV product, when it was just a film product. What happened? What happened? Jedi Master gave it a 9.8. That would be Spider-Man. Wow. Wow. Donovan Bradford says, I think Disney-owned company's biggest issue is why they can't seem to make cheap movies. Their average cost is $200 million before tax incentives really shows their biggest issue. Donovan, you could not have identified that any clearer. Think about how much money they spent on Devil Wears Prada 2. I mean, were they just trying to pay off the ladies for years of not paying them enough salary? I don't know. Stanley Tucci reprised his role. I don't think he costs that much money. Although I think he's an underutilized character actor that needs more work. But there's that. Clay Travis, thank you, Texas84, for 5 Culture Casino cash to say, Clay Travis has offered to fund a new Nashville WNBA franchise with all males. T-shirts for sale now. I would do it. Send me a shirt. I'll wear it. Option Trader in the audience today. Good to see you. Morning. I see the assassins have failed again. Well, yeah. They almost got me, though. I now believe I was poisoned. I do believe that. Probably with food, though, to be fair. Gojira Star. Good to see you. Good morning, CC in chat, listening in the background. So you're working and lurking. That's fine. I used to do that all the time. You have to consider, I have long been a fan of the YouTube sphere that I'm in before I was ever a part of it, listening to Gary and at that time, Doomcock and many of the other people that I've supported over time. Jeremy, good Jer. It's an interesting place to be right now with all of you. Cat Slave says, I just wrote a poem. Sitting on the bathroom throne with cats, you're never alone. There you go. Ron is right. By the way, so you have to remember that at that time, and what I had said was not meant to be controversial. Because I was actually talking about the construction caulking that you use in bathrooms and windows and things like that. I don't believe I was talking about anything foul. I was a little looser with my lips in the early days of YouTube. It was a little more run and gun, kind of the old West. But I don't think in that particular instance that I have been quoted in. And for a while, that became a slogan for the channel. And I had stickers made and everything else. Actually, technically, Toxic Man Flu had the stickers made. So I had the last package of stickers in my pocket in Vegas, and nobody wanted the stickers. It was weird. Corporeal Being is out, running to a meeting. Have a great Monday, my friend. Cyrano for another 5 CultureCasino cash. Wait, I think I got this one. I'll always remember the line. I think I got it. I got that one. All right, who else is out there? Cash is Smoking Man. What is up? Cash Kester in the house at the meetup. It was great to hang out with him. He's just generally a good dude. Yeah. Good guy. Good guy. Ron is right, says Blade is too hard to make. No, it's not. Go get Wesley Snipes and have him kill a bunch of vampires. Do you know what's great about vampires, guys? This is a story. This is the story. I'm going to tell you a secret. You ready? Wait, I got to do this right. So hang on. I got to zoom in. The secret to making a Blade movie is get Wesley Snipes and have him kill a bunch of vampires. And the added bonus is you're going to get all those diversity quotas out of the way because vampires can be anything. They're not specifically found to be one particular race or another, or one particular gender or another. And they're oftentimes pretty kooky. So you want to make a vampire film? Blade is your vampire film. And it could be very successful. Marvel could make something better, but they don't. All right. End of being quiet. Lucius Nature Triste for the pots. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I'm going to need so many pots. I have to buy them in bulk. Yikes. But I will have trees to go with me to Tennessee. So once I have purchased the land, I'm going to give you guys pictures. I'm going to show you what I got. Then we're going to walk the land. Probably have a video about that. That'll probably be on the garden channel. And then I'm going to kind of take an aerial view with Google Maps or even fly my drone up. I might as well do my drone. Fly my drone up, take video of overhead, and kind of give you kind of a map of where I'm going to lay stuff out. As long as it's legal to do it the way I want to do it, I'm going to do it. So. Tenk Oshumura says, can this guy not pronounce men? I just did. I actually took special time to slow it down. Because I actually say the word if you slow it down. So, people don't like the way I say Spider-Man, and that's fine. Because they oftentimes hear an O or an I. And that's okay. If you slow me down. Hey, Dominic Lopez. What's up, Dom? Good to see you. Good morning. Look at all these beautiful people. The beautiful people. Hey, we got a gold coin. Thank you for that, Leif Erikson. I don't know how these sticker things or jewel things work, but it's pretty awesome. I think it's cool. I need to figure that out. Man, I am 8 minutes behind on the chat. Evil Ramen. Odyssey is horror? In a way. Yeah. Georgia Beach says the theater for Spider-Man had around 70 in attendance yesterday. Not bad for a Sunday afternoon. My goodness. Yeah, that's a lot. That'd be a lot for a Sunday for my area. Of course, the big theater that I go to, one of the big auditoriums they usually put the tent poles in, seats about 500 people. So if it's half full, I'm always like, wow, that's amazing. So yeah. Ms. Pickoff says, I think I missed something. Let's see. Let's go find Cat Slave. Cat Slave. Na. Cat Slave. When, oh, when will the third Spider-Verse film be coming out, if ever? They're already working on it, like I said before. Here's the first one for $1. I did see your video this morning. Thank you, Cat Slave. If I missed that one, I am sorry. Yeah, I've been dropping tons of Spider-Man videos. It's been doing amazing stuff. Amazing stuffs. Amazing neat stuffs. So there's that. Leif Erikson says I'm secretly Jamaican. Culture Casino, don't take trees with you. Wait until you move and then plant trees that are native to that area rather than bringing in invasive species. I promise you, the trees I am taking to Tennessee are exactly the trees that can be native to that particular area, including the cherry trees that I'll be bringing. So it'll be fine. Nothing invasive. I assure you, I won't do that. All right. I promise. It's not going to be a big deal. I will not subject the land to invasive species. Coffee. Sorry. Very excited about coffee. Let's see. We've got Midnight's Edge in the morning coming up in 1 hour or less than an hour, I think. Let me see. Yeah, it's about an hour from now. And I'll be on there to talk box office. Very excited about that. I'm between now and then. I'm going to be making breakfast, which is 6 eggs and an avocado. That's the other tree that I may bring, which is really difficult to grow outside of New Mexico, which is avocado trees. The conditions for growing avocado trees in New Mexico are great because it actually helps prevent some of the fungal issues that avocados have and the nematode issues. Channel Surf's out there saying, we had such a great time talking to you. Well, I was grateful to talk to you and to pass along the story of what actually happened to me medically. So it's very crazy. Option Trader says the obvious. Thank you for that. I love the 1776 at the end there. I'm not a Gunn bro or a Snyder bro. Gunn makes the exact same film over and over. Snyder makes flashy, simple films with too much slow motion. You forgot that part. But maybe you had to use an economy of characters there. I don't know. Don't know. I'm not secretly Canadian. I don't say sorry. Who's exhausted? This lady. Hugs for all. That's right. The first Dragon Queen has been working hard restoring animatronics. Go check out her channel, please. Speaking of please, Canadian Spider-Man is out there saying species come and go. Climate changes. Well, that's true. That's very true. But no, I'm gonna only take trees to areas that already have them. Yet there will be citrus trees that used to be in Tennessee that aren't anymore that will be restored by this guy. Lemon trees and some other citrus that I think are important. And they're not invasive at all because you really can't make an orchard unless you intentionally plant them in Tennessee. Detangled Shadows, otherwise known as Death Angel's Shadow, says, hey, I've got 39 months in. Hail, y'all, from beautiful East Tennessee. Howdy, soon-to-be neighbor. That's right. Exactly where I'm headed. Lots of hickory trees here. Awesome. Watch for falling hickory nuts. Nah, I'm looking forward to using the smoker with the hickory. So, there you go. Da-da-da-da-da. Avocados, yuck. That said, my grandmother grew figs, avocados, and bananas in Bakersfield. Bakersfield was another place where they brought things in to grow. You realize that the reason that there's such a drought in California is because of almond trees? You realize why we lose 1 billion or 2 billion bees every year is because of almond trees in California. They don't do anything for the bees. They don't preserve the colonies. They just bring the bees up from Brazil. So we're depleting bee populations just for stupid almonds in California. And they continue to grow monsoon crops like broccoli and similar in both Yuma, Arizona, and in Indio, California. They're growing monsoon crops in a drought. Screw California. I love that state with all my heart. And now it's just intolerable. The powers that be there, the government is a joke. If you cared about the climate, you'd be solving the water issues. You would stop bottlenecking rivers the way you do and actually allow the rivers to flow and to spread water out and to restore the water table. There's so much subsidence going on in California, it's ridiculous. Texas doesn't like avocados. Avocados are so good for you. They are one of the natural, easy fats for you to consume. They make you full longer than almost any other type of fat. You put that in your body along with the protein and eggs. If that's the first meal of the day, you powered your brain, your muscles, and you satiated yourself or sated yourself, depending upon the English you want to use. Your thoughts on doomsday plot leaks? Well, I'm going to do a video on it. And my thoughts are the leaks are dooming Marvel. In fact, that video might be out tomorrow, Option Trader 1776. I have to record. I already recorded one of the 5-6 videos that I will have to release in my absence, in absentia, to say it fancily. But that's going to be one of them. It's talking about the fact that I think largely the leaks are accurate for right now. Do I think they'll remain accurate? Hard to say, especially as we get into Act 3. I think Act 3 is going to be the most unpredictable of all because they're going to have to bring in characters to save the day, and one of them might be Spider-Man. I think Tom Holland's Spider-Man. We already know that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man gets killed in the first act. So if I'm just going to say to you, I have heard this leak in multiple different forms, multiple different ways, multiple different times from multiple different sources. So it's happening. To me, it's Crisis on Infinite Earths, kind of. But again, this is all the stuff that led into Secret Wars, which I still think that would be the 2015 version. I can't remember the author of that, but it's a piece of garbage. I stopped collecting comics in 2013 for a reason. Everything was headed to hell in a handbasket. And from 2015 on, every bit of media was full of propaganda, messaging, and garbage to undermine the culture of Western civilization. That included comics and obviously films with Ghostbusters 2015 and other garbage at the same time. So yeah, they are definitely swapping out Doctor Doom, DC characters for Marvel characters. Yeah, it's 100% like beat you to the punch kind of thing, you know. Of course, I also hated New 52. I can't even get into all of the stuff that I hated from that era. It really did drive me away to everything, but it really did drive me away from everything but films and television. And at the time, Netflix was still making good Marvel TV, and then that all went away. So there's that. Detangled Shadows has a channel called The Bad News Bars. Up to 316 sub. You should check out the Bad News Bards. You definitely going to grow up like Culture. I appreciate you doing good work over there, working with Sci-Fi for Me TV. I miss everybody. I miss y'all. Wait a minute. Dr. Joe Power says guacamole is delicious, and Texas 84 says nah. Got another super duper chat from our friend Texas 84 for 5. Culture Casino Cash to say, wanted to see Spider-Man IMAX Sunday. Sold out. Wide open this week. Go! I haven't even had a chance to see it in IMAX. I didn't have time. I went to Vegas. Vegas, baby. It was fun. If you ever get a chance to go to a meetup where everybody's at, go. Hang out with Channel Surf and Catzilla and all the other amazing people that were there. I couldn't believe the people that were there. It was good stuff. Canadian Spider-Man says, California is the one place that makes Canada look good. That's right. Hey, Canadian Spider-Man, please see if you can find Randall Orser. Make sure he's okay. Yeah, hydroponics. I've done that before. In fact, the pepper greenhouse that I'm reworking was a hydroponics layout. That was all hydroponics in there. And I learned a valuable lesson towards the end of that particular area. Eggplants will grow like weeds in hydroponics, but they will also clog your entire system and your drains and everything else. Not good. They take up so much of the nutrient bath, it's ridiculous. They grow well, but you probably want to go with a fill and drain or an ebb and flow. I had a constant flow system because I was also I had a raft system attached to it for the lettuce. So you floated the rafts of net pots on foam boards for the lettuce to grow. So there's that. Crazy white boy says plot twist Morbius comes in that the last minute and defeats Doctor Doom. Of course. Hey, there's DJ Ronnie G. I saw you today. Ba, ba, ba. Ron is right, says DC and Marvel offed themselves back in the 90s with PC woke crap. It wasn't even in the 90s, though, but I understand where you're coming from. They did try to go politically correct. That backfired wildly, so they went back for a little while. But once we got to 2012 and 2013, when I stopped, my pull list became 0 in 2013. John Powell says Culture Crossfire, did an updated Doomsday leak. Story was the same, but with more details. I think I watched that en route or listened to it en route from Vegas. They've been doing a lot of coverage on that. I'm going to wait a little bit. Maybe, like I said, I may talk about it this week, but my take on it's going to be different. Whatever the details are in there, my perspective, and Archer Merchant might agree, is that the Doomsday leaks are killing off Marvel because it's going to kill the interest in seeing Doomsday. People aren't going to be that excited for it, especially if like I said, if they don't somehow rope Tom Holland's Spider-Man into it. What's the draw? You've muted and destroyed the characters that made the Avengers what they are. There's no real Black Widow. There's fake Yelena, tomboy weirdness. You have, the lady that gave us a therapy session in the form of a film called Thunderbolts. You have, who do you have? I mean, you're not even going to have a Peter Quill as Guardians of the Galaxy or any of the interesting characters from that was the last good thing Gunn did. You're not going to have Steve Rogers as Captain America. You're going to have Falcon Cap garbage again, which everybody rejected. The movie made like negative money. Are you kidding me? Not good. Texas 84 says CC and Ron Orlando meetup. This is true, actually. Ron from Follow the Bradleys Fun and I will be headed out to Orlando later this fall as part of a swing through Tennessee. And decent chance we'll do a meetup in Central Florida. So there you go. I'll try to give you details well in advance. That's one of the complaints people have about these meetup events. You need a couple months to plan. So I'll try to make sure we do that. Get that done soon. DJ Ronnie G says, hydroponics is fascinating. I want to do red leaf lettuce. It's easy to do. It's actually crazy easy, especially on a raft. Red leaf is simple on a raft in net pots, and it won't cost you very much to build out the little. Technically you're building a pond, but you're going to build it rectangularly with a pond liner. You're going to float on top of it the raft system is a piece of foam board you can pick up at. You want to use the closed cell white foam that you can get at Home Depot or Lowe's. Cut it to shape. Make sure you do that outside because it makes these little white beads otherwise. Unless you use a heat cutter, which is basically just a hot wire cutter. And then you cut the holes in for the net pots, fit the net pots in place, and poof, you are now growing lettuce. The only other thing that you need to pick up outside of good water, which I would go buy a 5-gallon water thing from your local Water and Ice that has filtered, non-chlorinated water. You don't want distilled. Distilled water isn't good for hydroponics. And then you want a nutrient solution specific for growing leafy veg. And then it's just a matter of adding the nutrient and water in the correct amounts, and you're good to go. Even flow. That's a great song. Read by Nature in the house. Good to see you. Look at all these great people popping in as we're getting ready to round out for the day. I got to go make eggs, and I got to go hang out with Midnight's Edge in the morning. Thunderbolts equals hugs save the world. That's right. It saves so many lives like Eternals. It lost so much money like Eternals. The Thunderbolts was a lahu azhar. True story. Dan Funk says, I'm planning on hitting the Dallas event. You know what? I need to know when it is, and I might hit it too. Not very hard, though. I don't want to break my wrist. The lovely Sherry is joining us today. Hello, young lady. Look at her. New images all the time. I hope you're doing well, sweetheart. I really do. I know you've been fighting it lately. I'm with you. Option Trader 1776 says, even if every leak completely stopped, word of mouth when the film comes out will bury Doomsday. I agree. 100%. It's toasty. Toasty. You mean the Red Hulk movie? No. What? That was not really Red Hulk. That was stupid Hulk. They really destroyed that character. And Thor Ragnarok was supposed to actually be part Planet Hulk, but it didn't turn out being that way. I have some insight on that one. That's a conversation to be had. Jan says, I'll see you tomorrow. I haven't had a chance to chat today, but I got a client to make an appointment. All right, very good. Very good. Pedro as James Bond. No, it's got to be a proper English fellow, not some reprobate running from Pinochet with his family when he was young, but keeping all the socialist mindset that Pinochet was pushing out back when he took over the country. That's a conversation for another day. But it doesn't change the fact that the socialist communist mindset of somebody like Pedro Pascal and the flexibility in morals is inherent in somebody like that. So there you go. Here we go. Thank you, Dan Funk. September 11 to 13 in Dallas. I can probably drive there. I got to get I got to get 2 cars serviced between now and then, but I can do that. Get the big truck done. If I get the big truck done, I'll take the big truck to Dallas. That means I can bring the entire portable studio. So there you go. Wait a minute. Does Sherry have a tattoo? I didn't see the tattoo. It's probably because it's a tiny little picture on my end. Carlos Alfredo Lopez. Great to see you, friend. Hope you're doing well. Henry Cavill for James Bond sounds better. I think that would work. Ron is right, says Red Hulk and the Leader movies. Yeah, well, that would have been better. The lovely Sherry says her tattoo is cherries. There you go. I did not know that. All right, I got to get out of here, guys. I really do. I need to make breakfast, and then I got to hang out with y'all. I'm going to go over to Midnight's Edge in the morning, if they'll have me, talk a little bit of box office, which is extraordinary. We can talk about that. A little more Spider-Man news. And then I hopefully will hang out with Pro if he still wants me. Let's see. Am I wanted or desired? Let's know. Let's know where I go. So the first hour I'll be on Midnight's Edge in the morning. And I don't know anything about, doesn't look like I am in demand. but we'll see. Anyway, on that note, be sure to take care of yourself. Guys, take care of each other. For those of you who gifted memberships or super chats, I just want to say thanks for keeping the lights on. And until next time, see ya with a little hobo Gandalf. Bye.